everyone. Come on in because we are back, y'all. We are back. We are continuing on this series of reviewing episode 36. We're going through all the young ladies as she chooses a potential partner. We've already done 3 ladies. We've done the Afro-Latina lady, who I thought she was a bit stiff, who I thought she led a lot with her head and not a lot with her heart. We also met the other young lady who was joined up with Santa Claus. I thought she was a lot about money. And I think that could be a trap for her in meeting a man because she talks a lot about making money and she could be setting up potential business deals, but not romantic partners. And then the last lady we met, one advice I would have for her is to loosen up a little bit. I think she's a little bit quiet and introverted, and she calls herself spontaneous. But when the man asked her out on a spontaneous date, she choked. So let's keep going. Let's go on with the next lady, and let's say goodbye to this last lady.
Is it a yes for you for him?
Yeah, he cool, whatever.
Oh, we got a match!
Yay, we got a match.
I'll take the mic, and you guys can go on up, make some noise. Okay, let's bring out our next single lady.
Woohoo! Okay, before they bring out the next lady, let's just recap the guys that we have. Okay, let me go back and grab them real quick.
Let's bring out our next single lady.
Okay, we have Dr. Des, who is the nurse practitioner, who really isn't a doctor. He's a nurse practitioner, but that's not the same as a doctor. You ain't got no PhD, unless he got a PhD in something else. So let me not say he's not a doctor. But anyway, he calls himself Dr. Des. We've got the tall guy next. We found out. Well, let me go back to Dr. Des. Dr. Des has a 3-point system. Appearance, ABCs, he calls it. Appearance, you got to pass the appearance test. The last ladies did not pass his appearance test. Some ladies' legs were too thick. One lady's booty wasn't big enough. Another lady, he didn't like her look, I think maybe because of her short hair. Now we have, and we never did get to brains. No woman has made it past appearance with Dr. Des. That's important. We haven't even gotten to the point where we are evaluating brains and then character. And it's interesting the order he put them in, ABC. Appearances is number 1. Then he wants a woman with some brains. And last but not least, he's worried about their character. Well, let me tell you something, Dr. Des. You could get a beautiful woman in appearance and she can be smart, but if her character is horrible, she's going to do you wrong and she's going to do you dirty. But anyway, hey, let him figure that out for himself. The second guy we got here, he's a tall guy. He used to play basketball back in the day when he was in high school or college or whatever you want to say. He said he was reckless with his sperm. He was one and done for each woman. So now he has 4 babies by 4 different women. And I think those children must range in age, or maybe they're older. Maybe he had all these children in his young years when he was in his 20s. Now he's 40 years old. So maybe a lot of his children are older. Maybe the youngest one, I think he might have mentioned, might be around 15 or 16. Not for sure. I'm really not for sure. But 4 kids, 4 different women, didn't marry none of them. Not a one. Then we have the next guy with these shades on, who we're calling the Indianapolis Colts mascot, official mascot. He is challenged in the area of dressing. We know that. But of all the men, he's probably the one we've learned the least about, because I think his outfit turns off women so much that they don't even get to know him. We don't know much about him. All we know is what he keeps telling us is that he's never been married, never divorced. We don't know if he has any children. He hasn't said yes or no to that because no one's ever asked him. All we know is that he owns his own company. He calls it a logistics company. I'm thinking that it's a trucking company off the top of my head. I could be wrong. And that he loves to travel internationally. He specifically said that traveling domestically within the United States doesn't float his boat as much anymore. He really likes to travel internationally. He works hard. He plays hard. He makes the money he needs to make so that he can afford the lifestyle that he has. So we got the season ticket holder. I really wish someone would ask him more questions, but for some reason, women can't get past the outfit, right? And I don't think it's just his look, like his physical look. I think it's the outfit. They can't get past it, which is really very, very shallow, ladies. You need to ask this man more questions. Then the next guy we have in a flowery shirt, he's more corporate. A lot of women are kind of okay with what he has on. And then we have the last guy who we know is a student, a lifelong learner. He's a contractor administrator. He revealed to us recently he does not want a woman that has children. He's 38 years old, what he says the best abs in the city. And he is also a student. I didn't know if he was a student, a bachelor, master's. Someone dropped down in my comments, said he's a PhD student. He hasn't told us that yet, so I guess he's going to tell us later on, and that'll be my reveal for that. But right now, I don't know what's going on. He's 38. He doesn't want to be with a woman that already has children. So there we go. That is our roundup. Let's go.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Jane.
Okay, first of all, I don't like the outfit. She's coming in here with a fur coat on indoors, the middle of the day. This not Alaska. We're not outdoors, and you're in this faux fur. So sorry, young lady. I don't like the outfit. I don't like the outfit. Okay, let's keep going because I imagine Dr. Day is going to pop the balloon before I can even get this video started again. But let's keep going.
What is it?
Jean.
Jean?
Yes.
Jean.
Okay, how old are you?
38.
And what do you do?
38.
I'm to the healthcare business.
Okay,
Healthcare
What do you
business.
like to do for fun?
Wow. So we got the mascot popped his balloon. Dr. Dez popped his balloon. Healthcare business. I'm going to say right now, I don't like the outfit. I don't like the faux fur. I don't like those kitten gold heels along with this cat suit. It's a horrible outfit. And it doesn't even flatter her body. So of all the ladies who've come out today in terms of their attire, I'm going to say that she has the worst attire. She has the worst attire. But let's keep going.
I play sports.
What kind of sports?
Football.
Oh, okay. So what do you look for in a man?
She plays sports, football. She's an athlete.
Hobbies?
Anything.
Hobbies.
Oh, you just look for...
Okay, I don't like her personality. I'm going to say that right now. This sort of one-word answer that she's giving Arlette, and Arlette has to bring out information to her, it's kind of giving me a bit of an attitude. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know if they picked her up off the street and dragged her in here and say, if you don't come on this show, we're going to do something to you. And so now she's reluctant to be here. But every time Arlette asked her a question, she gave a one-word answer. And if I'm in a conversation with her, I'm stopping the conversation because she doesn't seem like she wants to be in one. So it already seems like she's going to be a bit difficult. That's the first sign. She's a difficult woman. And probably somebody tried to warn her, don't wear this outfit, and she probably didn't listen to them either. So let's keep going, Miss Lady. I forgot her name already. She's forgettable. Let's keep going.
And who does hobbies?
Yes, who has hobbies and intellectual ideas.
Okay.
Fashion.
Fashion?
Nature.
Okay, what are some deal breakers?
Bad habits. Bad energy.
Expound, lady.
Energy.
Okay, so she wants someone who has intellectual conversation and stimulation, and her conversation is dead and boring and is not very intellectual. She's speaking like a 4-year-old with one-word answers. Expound. That's how I know if you're intelligent, if you can put together a complete thought, a complete sentence, a complete coherent thought. And she's not even putting together a complete thought. She's just throwing out a bunch of words. So I know she got a problem dating. I already know she got a problem dating. It is clear. Very, very clear.
And not God-fearing.
Okay. All right, cool. So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping. Your name and age.
Best one friends call me Dr. Daz.
I got to tell you, I really don't like this outfit she has. This faux fur jacket makes her, I know she says she plays football, but it makes her appear as if she's built like a linebacker. And I can tell she's not. But what I don't understand is where do your, she looked like she got on football pads. This is horrendous. And she says she's into fashion. You see, this is why people don't make no money at their businesses, because they sometimes think they have a talent that they don't have. And let me tell you, I don't know who would want to be styled in this way for this particular thing. We already know Dr. Dez popped his balloon. And I'm going to say this, of all the things I don't like about Dr. Dez, I'm agreeing with him on this one. I surely am agreeing with him on this one. But I hope he's not going to be so rude, because he doesn't have to be rude about it. He really doesn't. Let's see what he says to her.
The CEO of Platinum Care Health Solutions.
Platinum
age is
Care.
37.
Okay. And Desmond, why did you end up popping your balloon?
It was an easy pop for me. You're
Easy
pretty,
pop.
you're beautiful. This is the age. I'm 37. You're 38. I'm an African man. I have to be older than my wife.
Okay. He said it was an easy pop because she's 38 and he's 37. He's an African man and he's got to be older than his wife. I don't even know. African people out there, tell me, is that a criteria in your culture? That's fine. I'm going to take him for his word at it. I hope he leaves it there, because that is something, well, you know what? That's fine. She can accept that. I hope he does not go towards her looks like I just did, because I think she's actually a pretty woman. It's the outfit that's horrible. And let me tell you, when I was talking about how, people can be open to changing outfits, I think that maybe there's a bit of hypocrisy here with me in this respect, in that I think that women typically can have more influence on a woman's look than a man can have influence on a woman's look. I do. Call me a hypocrite, call me old-fashioned, call me whatever. But I think it's much more difficult for a man to come in and start changing a woman's style than it is for a woman to come in and offer solutions for a man, because of the history of it. And the history of it is that it was typically seen as a kind gesture for a woman to help a man with his style. Back in the day, I know a lot of people watch this trad wife stuff. Back in the day, that's what women did as housewives. They picked out the husband's clothes and laid out his clothes the night before he went to work. She ironed his clothes. So she had a lot to say in what that man wore and how that man looked. So I think through the years that has been kept, but it hasn't. But when a man starts to intervene and starts telling a woman what to wear, typically he's seen as controlling and is looked at as a negative, So in this respect, because I so much don't like what she has, I wouldn't expect a man to then come in and start telling her how she should necessarily dress differently when she calls herself a fashion designer. That probably would be very offensive to her. But he's already said it was an easy pop because of the age. So I hope he leaves it at the age. But knowing Dr. Dez, he's going to go low. He's going to go low. I don't know if Dr. Dez knows how to stay out the gutter. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can resist the temptation.
Thank you.
Cool. So now, is he someone that's your type?
He's handsome.
Okay. Cool. And then we had another one down here.
Very good, Dr. Dez. Restraint.
Ice 44.
Ice.
Why'd you end up popping?
Ice is 44.
I like the natural beauty. It's just the braids for me. That's really it.
Okay. What about the braids?
Interesting.
I just don't like them. I don't like them.
All right.
Okay. So you have Ice now. I don't know why I missed before that he was 44. He's much older than the other men and women. Maybe that's another reason why he's been getting passed over, because he's 44 years old. And what he said was he doesn't like the braids. So maybe is it that he doesn't like braids, period, on a woman? Or is it that he doesn't like her particular style of braids? It looks like she's done sort of like almost like what's that called, lady? It's not a basket weave, but it's that. She actually has not individual braids. She has like the old school, like this is the old school style. I remember this back in like maybe the early 2000s, maybe. I'm not for sure. It almost looks like that basket weave, but it is very Is she African? Is she African? I don't know, but he don't like him. He don't like him. Let's see how she responds to that.
Oh, is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay. Why
Okay,
not?
okay.
Just dressed like he's younger than what he is.
Oh, interesting. You know what? She kind of called it correctly because it is what everyone's having a problem with. Everyone is having a problem with the way he's dressed. And what I really hope is that he takes this back and he reflects on it. He's 44 years old. He needs to reflect on this. Every woman has told him the same thing. And this is what I'm saying. When you hear the same thing from multiple people, but you still choose to ignore it, that's on you. That is really on you. So hopefully he looks at this and he realizes that if you're going to be 44, no one wants you dressed like this when you're coming here trying to meet a woman for the very first time. And that's why he's never getting past the point where even any woman even wants to ask more from him. So this young lady right here, she gave him some truth. She delivered it very well and told him he looks like he's dressed younger than he really is, and I don't like it. Okay, I'm okay with what she said. I'm really okay.
No problem. I can get suited and booted, but I get it. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm comfortable.
My braids are.
But it is.
Okay, so what he said was, that's okay. I can get suited and booted when that's what you should have done when you came here, right? He's asking women to be able to know what he would look like outside of this arena, which is fine. Like I said, women can also look past what a man has on. Like I said, I understand it. I totally get it. She delivered it in the way she wanted to deliver it. But I still say if he wants to help himself, he needs to probably help in that area. But I'm also agreeing with him in that, of course, he can get suited and booted. And that's what I've also been saying, that men are also more than willing to change what they have on for a woman. And women need to know that. If you see a man and you like everything else about him, but you don't like what he has on, do not eliminate him over that. Have a conversation and say, hey, would you be open to help? Would you be open to letting me help you with your style a little bit? Because it could really increase maybe your sex appeal to me. I like a lot of things about you, but a different dress style may make me feel a bit more attracted to you. And a lot of men are willing to do that. So that's what I got to say about that. But let's keep going.
And I love my braids.
For sure.
I have African braiders, so yeah, from the motherlands.
And she says she loves her braids. She's got African braiders from the motherland. Okay. Like I said, she's about to get defensive too.
Very pricey. But thank you.
For sure.
Okay, she said very pricey. I'm sure they are, but that's not the point. A lot of people wear a lot of things that are very pricey. People do things that are very pricey, but it doesn't mean that I have to like them or have a higher level of attraction to them. And so once again, that's fine that she likes her braids. She could wear what she wants to wear, but then she's also got to recognize that there's going to be a lot of people in the dating market that may not like them. And a lot of women would say, well, that's fine. I'm going to do what I want to do. Like I said, that's part of matchmaking. If you always want to do what you want to do and you don't want to adjust your style or anything else to help match a potential partner in which you like them in every other way, and you're willing to chuck it all away. Like, what if this guy says, I'm not willing to change anything about my mascot outfit for any woman? He would sound crazy. Now, this woman's saying, I like my braids. They're very pricey. I'm not doing anything about them. Well, he didn't even say I don't like braids, period. He could ask you for a different style of braids. It could be anything. People need to be open to small amounts of correction. No one's asking you. I don't know if he said, I don't want a woman with braids at all. I don't know, because there was no deeper conversation. But this idea that people are so closed off to any amount of adjustment is crazy. It's really, really ridiculous in the dating world. People need to get off of this. They really do need to get off of this. Like I said, who cares how much you paid? I don't care if you paid $1,000 for those braids and flew them Africans in all the way from Ghana. I don't care. I'm not a fan of them either, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of this basket weave style. I'm not. So, hey, sorry, lady, nor the fur you got on.
Let's head on back. So we've got 3 guys left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
Or them kitten heels.
How many of your top friends do you have?
How many of your
Like,
top
your
friends?
best friends, do you have any of those? And how long? How long have you been friends?
Okay, she said, how many of your top friends or best friends do you have? And how long have you been friends? And I think she's trying to figure out, are you able to maintain relationships throughout your life? And I actually think it's a very good question. I think it's an excellent question. Let's go ahead. Let's hear what they say.
Start down there and come back up. All right, name and age first.
I'm Jamie. I'll be 38 next month. I hate that you asked that question because, I mean, I have friends, but I don't really like people like that. So
What? I don't like people.
more like 0.
Okay, so he says he hates that she's asked that question. And you could tell he got uncomfortable of all the times that we've seen him speak. He put the balloon behind his back. He's kind of twitching. And he says, I really don't like people like that. I don't have a lot of friends. So I know there's got a lot of people going. He said, well, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends. Let me tell you something, people. You should have been able at 38 years old to have found someone. No one's talking about that you have to have a lot of friends, that you have to have friends all around you. You should know how to maintain a relationship with someone. Because if I've never seen you maintain a relationship with anyone, whether it's a mother or a father or a sister or a brother or an aunt or an uncle or a friend, it's a red flag. No one is telling you you got to get along with everyone. No one is telling you that you have to like everyone or everyone has to like you. But when you don't like anyone and no one likes you, that's a red flag. There is some unresolved trauma in your past that hasn't allowed you to pair up with anyone. And so if I've seen you never be able to bond or pair with anyone, what makes me think that you could bond or pair with me? And you 38 years old. It's a red flag. Fix that, people. If you are him, Jamie, walking around out here in the world and you haven't been able to get along with anyone, you need to do some work on yourself first. Because we're not talking about being in a romantic relationship with someone. We're talking about just having a friend. What's going on? What's going on that you don't like everyone or everyone doesn't like you? That's not appropriate. Let's hear what he's got to say.
People cool, but not really.
People
So
are
even
cool.
like family, like nobody like you would consider real close.
I got family, I got people, you know. Shout out my homegirl Amber, shout out
Okay.
my boy Brian. It's people, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really like people like that, so.
Okay.
Okay, so he's got a homeboy. He's got Amber. I hope Amber and the homeboy are watching. He don't really like you. He said he know you. He talked to you, but he don't really like you like that. Jamie, we need to learn about you. Like I said, 38 years old. I'm telling you, I need to learn about Jamie more. He's letting us know a little bit about something here. Okay.
Good answer.
She said good answer.
That's that.
Exactly. Your name and age and answer to her question.
I'm Cedric and I'm 37. I have a best friend of 18 years.
Okay,
and then
Cedric.
I have a best friend out here of 8 years. So 2.
He's got 2 good
Nice.
friends.
Thanks for your response.
She said,
And
thank
over
you
here,
for your
name and age
response.
and answer to her question.
Dan, 40.
40.
I got one best friend. It's been since the sandbox, but
Okay.
my cousin is like my brother. That's been for life. My brothers, that's been for life, but no new friends.
That's right. I agree with you. I cut off a lot of friends too, so don't really do those. Good answers.
Okay, so she just said good answers. I've cut off a lot of friends. Well, there's no one up here who said they cut off a lot of friends. The only person who really said they didn't have friends was Jamie on the end. Cedric believes in friendship. He has an 18-year friendship and an 8-year friendship. This tall guy right here says well, we know he's got kids, so he has relationships. He says he don't play about his kids. So he has a long-term relationship with his children. And he's also saying he has one since the sandbox. But then she says, good answer, I cut off a lot of friends. Well, girl, you're not in the same league as these men. The only one you're still in the league with is the guy on the end. And the fact that she says, I cut off a lot of friends. Let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with having to cut off friends. I've cut off friends. Everyone cuts off some friends. That's not the point. You cut off some friends, but you still should have some standing. And if you don't have anyone standing, after you cut them all out, have you made some new ones? Okay. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, you know what? Hey, my high school friends, I don't have anymore. My college friends, I don't have anymore, but I've made some new friends in this new stage of my life. Okay, that's fine. That's just fine. But what she's saying is, I've had to cut off all my friends and I don't do them anymore. Girl, I said it from the very beginning when she walked out with a one-word answer. She's got an attitude. She's got an attitude, and she's not easy to get along with. And when that guy told her about her braids, she clapped back and told him, I don't know, she said $500. They're definitely more than $500. These are braids from the motherland. I done flown these Africans in all the way from Ghana to come do these braids. So if you don't like them, too bad. That's probably how she dealt with friendships. When a friend told her, girl, I don't know if them braids really compliment you. She probably told her friend, who cares? I paid a lot of money from these braids coming from Africa. Who are you? Get out my face. Yeah. She's not ready for a relationship. She doesn't know how to get along with people. I'm telling you right now, and I could see it. I could see it written all over her.
All right. Well, let me hand you a pick then. I'll have you hold on to that, and I'll have you pop one balloon.
Who's she gonna pop? She don't like relationships. She don't want nobody with friends. She gonna pop the Hawaiian guy? Wow. Let's see why. So the one guy that thought like her, who said, I don't do friends, I don't have friends, she pops his balloon. You know, we've seen this pattern of women saying what they want and who they are, but then all of a sudden they pop the balloon of the man that's most in alignment with them. So let's hear about why she popped the man's balloon. The one who says he don't do friends just like she don't do friends. Does she secretly want friends, but she knows she don't know how to make them? So she want a man that knows how to build relationships because she don't know how to build them, and she can lean on him to build them. Let's see. Let's listen to her reasoning of why she popped his balloon.
You have your balloon unpopped.
Something about what she was looking for, I respect it.
Okay.
And so that's why I let that unpop, yeah.
Okay. Got it. So, but is she someone that's your type?
I wouldn't say necessarily my type, but she's not ugly. And
did he say she's not my type, but she's not ugly? Jamie's a low-key hot mess. I ain't gonna lie. Jamie's a low-key hot mess. Dr. Des is out with his messness. But Jamie, I told you Jamie was a thinker. Somebody told me Jamie is a PhD student. Jamie is a thinker. He says, she's not exactly my type, not the type I would go for, which we still don't know. He said he likes petite women. She's not a big woman. I would consider her just normal. I mean, I wouldn't say she's petite. She's just normal. But this is funny. But let's hear more from Jamie.
There's just the way that she carried herself and what she was looking for. You know, I looked past the surface level, so yeah. I respected it.
I think he believes she's intelligent.
Right, so why'd you end up popping his balloon?
I kind of popped only because he said he hated that I asked the question.
What?
I'm sorry.
No, for real, because you could ask a question that made me look better, but that's...
But you did look good. You looked really good.
Yeah.
But you just...
Okay, so wait a minute. She asked, do you have any friends? His answer was in complete alignment with her life. But because he said, I actually hate that you asked me that question, what he said, let's get deep with this. The reason why he hated her asking the question is because he knows that it isn't an answer that would make him look good. The answer that I don't have any friends, I don't like people, I don't like dealing with people, that is a red flag. It should be for a lot of people. And what he was saying was, I was upset that you exposed me. But what I liked about Jamie is that Jamie told the truth. He said, although I know it could be deemed as a red flag to a lot of women, at least I'm going to be honest about it. So I'm being truthful. And I think that's what we've seen with Jamie so far, that he has been truthful. But here she comes along, and what she says is, hey, the reason I pop your balloon, not because you're just like me, because really we're the same person, was because you were ashamed of it and I'm not. That's what she said. I hate that you told me you were mad that I asked the question, because what that told me was, although you are ashamed of not having any friends, I'm not. I walk proud in it, just like I walk proud in these expensive braids from the Africans from Ghana, just like I walk around proud with this fur coat on in the middle of the day or whatever, in this indoor when it's not even cold in here, just like I walk proud in here with this cat suit on with kitten heels. Now, even though I'm dead wrong in my outfit, I'm dead wrong in these gold kitten heels, I'm dead wrong in this fur coat, I'm dead wrong in my one-word answers, I stand on business. I stick to my guns. That's what she's saying. I'm stubborn. And I don't like people who are willing to not stick to their guns, because that's what I do. That's why she doesn't have any friends, because she's actually not willing to mesh and mold with a person. She's rigid in her ways, her thoughts, her thinking, and she looks down upon anyone who recognizes that there's some things about them that may not be the best, even though they can be working on them. She don't see no flaws in herself. And she looked down on him because he said, I know I don't have any friends. I don't really like friends, but I do recognize it could be a red flag. And so I didn't want to expose myself that way. And now she's eliminating him over his honesty. Girl. She's not good for a relationship. I hope no man picks her.
You hated it.
I'm
Hate
sorry.
is a strong
It was
word.
a good question.
I'm sorry.
For somebody who had friends, but
I don't have no friends either.
okay. So
Yeah.
we got that in common.
She's solo. Yeah, we have it in common.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
We've got
choose her,
2
man.
guys left.
If I were a man right now,
Another
I would pop my
question.
balloon. Pop your balloon, man.
Are you big on family?
Are you big on
Are you
family?
big on family?
Yes, family first.
Family first. Interesting.
You'll be a part of that, so family first.
Okay, so she's big on family.
Over here, are you big on family?
I am. I come from a huge family. I have 6 younger sisters, and I have a lot of cousins, nieces, and nephews. So yeah.
Okay, so he's big on family and friends.
Are you big on family?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
I love family. Family's number one.
Good.
Okay,
All right.
so she says she's big on family. Family's number one, but she doesn't do friends. So this is interesting. There's an old saying that you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family, right? So when she says she's big on family, is she big on family, the only family that she gets along with? What about family that she doesn't get along with? What about the idea that there's people in your family that you may not get along with? And also, what does she include as family? Mother and father? I don't know. Siblings? I don't know. What is family to her? You see, a lot of people say friends become family. I have a lot of friends that are like girlfriends, that are like sisters to me, right? So I want to know, sometimes there is a thin line between friends and family. So the fact that she doesn't do friends, but she does family, that would be a question. I would say, well, what do you mean when you say you don't do friends? And why don't you do friends? Because that could also signify that the reason why you are still close to family is because family really can't always just detach themselves from you, right? They're stuck with you. Friends, on the other hand, can leave you. Friends, when they get tired of you and they're like, I don't like your personality, they can leave you. Family, on the other hand, you may be the sister or the brother that a lot of people in the family don't like, but because you're their sister or the brother, they just stick with you. Is she the toxic one in the family, talking about she loves family, but she's the toxic one? Let's figure it out. I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to figure it out, people. But I could tell you that there's some stuff going on with her that needs more exploration. And if I were a man, she would be a red flag to me.
Guys, any questions for her? Oh, right here. What's your question?
What kind of hobbies you like?
She said football.
Working. That's like my hobby. But outside of that,
Working.
I would say
She loves what she does.
making creative art.
What about firearms?
Okay, before I get to this question about firearms, she says her hobby is working and she don't have no friends. All she has is family. What kind of life is she living? No friends, no hobbies. All she does is work. Work and go over her mama's house? And he just said, well, what about firearms? He asked the most outlandish questions. Maybe he asked about firearms because it looked like she went hunting. Maybe she looked like she went hunting and found her a raccoon and now she's wearing that raccoon. I don't know, a dyed raccoon. What the hell is it she got on?
Home defense.
Oh, registered.
Who's she, a registered gun
Got
owner?
something hot.
Got something hot.
I have a daughter, so I got something hot.
Me too.
Okay, so she has children. So is family her child? Now we're getting to it. When she says family is everything, is family her child? And when she says she doesn't do friends, does that mean she's not even friends enough with the father of the child to even co-parent well? You're learning more. You're learning a whole lot more. Pop balloons. Pop balloons. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just not. It's not a preference for me.
Oh, we got another man that don't want no kids. We didn't know he was hiding in the shadows all this time. Cedric, I believe his name, popped the balloon on her when she said she don't have no kids. He really should have popped the balloon a long time ago because they're not in alignment. He is a relationship person. It's very, very clear. We already know that Cedric likes to have a little bit of fun because the last young lady who said that she was a homebody, he popped the balloon over her because he's not a homebody. I think he's social. He has friends. He likes family and friends. He has hobbies. He does things. And this is a woman saying she doesn't have friends. All she is into family, and she got a daughter, and all she does is work, and she ain't got no hobbies. And she says she likes to do creative things, but yet her fashion is not fashioning. The fashion is not fashioning. But yet she's over here having beefs and conversations with an Indianapolis Colts fan because she's not even open to the idea that there could be a man that would want her to maybe change her hairstyle a little bit. And she's not even open to that. This woman thinks that she has a lot of options out in the world. And I'm telling you right now, she doesn't have a whole lot because one is, like I said before, her personality is a bit stiff. It's a bit, I want to call it a bit abrasive. I think she can be very stern, and that's going to be something to have to deal with. Now you add on to it that she has a child. A lot of men don't want women with children. Okay. Add on to that, she walks around talking about she don't like people. Girl, what's your marketing plan? Can you imagine this woman with an ad that says, I don't like people, I don't have friends, I don't have any hobbies, all I do is work, I have a child, I barely like to talk, and don't ask me to change nothing about myself because I'm not doing it. That's really her ad. A lot of you women need to think about what would be your marketing ad about yourself. Not all the stuff you like about yourself. What about all the stuff like what I just read about with her? And let me tell you, there's not going to be a lot of buyers for that. Not a lot of buyers for it. Yep, she's single. I know she's single, and she's going to be single for a while. A while.
Thank you.
So prior to her saying that, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
She seems very calm, very laid back, very chill, and I'm the same way. And that's really it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, is he someone that's your type?
He's handsome.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Good.
I'm glad she didn't get defensive and
All right. Any questions?
anything over having a child. I appreciate that about her. I do appreciate that.
About friendships
Between,
the two people.
friendship, besties.
Like, if a girl walked by and we both look at that.
Well,
What
if
you
you didn't
got
see it, if I seen it first, we're both gonna look.
What? What does that mean? Is she saying that she making go both ways? And he said, what about friendships? This man is worth nothing. Nothing. And he talks about he's changed since the 4 baby mamas and the 4 kids. No, now he's asking her, what do you think about friends? I see a woman that walks by and I look. And she says, well, shoot, if she walks by, we both might see her and look. So I could see that about her. Actually, that is starting to make a little bit of sense. If that is what she's trying to tell me, that when she walks by, we both see her. If she's just saying like literally they both see each other, okay. But if she's saying if she walks by and she looks good and we both staring at her, is she trying to say that she's also interested in women? I don't know. I might be reading too much into that. But his question was ridiculous. She ain't gonna choose him. Does she even know he got 4 kids by 4 different women? And all he's worried about, I don't like him. He's number 2 for not liking right behind Dr. Dez. Right behind Dr. Dez.
Did you see that?
I seen that.
Okay. Of course.
She said
she's probably seen it before you did.
I saw it before you saw it. Ooh. Okay. Maybe she likes women.
Let me bring you up here then. Come up here. Come on up.
She does have a bit of that masculine energy.
Do you have a final question
that might be explaining it.
No final questions.
No questions.
How old is your daughter?
How old is your
12.
12.
Her dad, relationship. She got a relationship with her dad.
Oh. We don't do exes.
Oh my goodness. See? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? The way she said is, oh no. Almost like absolutely not. No way. We don't do exes at all. I was right from the beginning. She's not partner material. Any man, pop your balloon. He's not going to go along with her because remember, he said that he also likes family and he gets along with the baby mamas. Let's see what he does.
But that's her dad.
Yeah, but I mean, if he don't want it, why would she want it?
Well, let me stop it again. He may not want it because he don't like her. She just said she don't get along with nobody. Now all of a sudden she's making the rejection of the child to be about the child. Now I understand that no man should leave his child behind. But I'm going to say this when it comes to a woman, like what I'm picking up from her. I don't know if she is that woman or not, but I'm going to tell you, some people just can't deal with it. They just can't deal with it. And a lot of men will say, I will just wait until my child gets to a grown age in which that child, I can deal with my child away from the mother. And sometimes that takes the child to become 18. And sometimes later, because by the time the child comes 18, she's bitter at the father for leaving her alone or him alone for 18 years. And even though the father is trying to have a relationship with the child now, because what the father is saying is, I just couldn't deal with your mother. The child now has gone through a lot those 18 years. And it's going to be up to the child on whether or not that child now at 18 or whatever older wants to do the work to rebond with their father. I would suggest that a lot of people who didn't know their fathers when they were growing up, that once they grow up and they're away from their mother, they at least explore it. Now, you may find out the same thing that your mother found out, that he's a deadbeat and that he doesn't want a relationship with you. You may find that out, and it may be painful for you to find that out. But there are a lot of scenarios out here where men have left their children behind, unfortunately, but a lot of it is due to dealing with a difficult mother, and they didn't want it in their life. But now that that child is older and has moved away, that father would, really love to rejoin and get to know their child as they are now. Sure, you lost a lot of years. You might have lost 18, 20 years, but you still have a lot of years left that you probably could get to know your dad and rekindle with your father. Give it an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of stories have not been told on broken families. It has always been told that it's the father that is leaving the child. And like she just said here, if this guy doesn't want anything to do with the child, then we don't do him. But I'm telling you, I pick up a lot of vibes from her, and she's not an easy person to get along with. She's not. And so maybe him leaving isn't just about him leaving an innocent child. Maybe it's also about leaving behind this attitude. And now we find out, I don't even know if she's bisexual or not. Maybe he felt tricked. Maybe he didn't know he was partnering up or having a baby with a bisexual. I don't even know if that's what she is. I'm just talking out loud. But she doesn't take responsibility for anything. I can see right now she takes zero responsibility for things that go on in her life, right down to that outfit. Yeah, she need to be blamed for that outfit too.
I did. I just lost my dad young at 12, so I encourage the relationships between both parents.
My condolences.
I do too.
But I need somebody to have their kids' father.
She said, "My condolences." That was cold.
Just to show you the bigger person.
Okay, well, yeah, you should pop.
She said, "Okay, I ain't open to that. It ain't gonna happen. You should pop your balloon because, like I said before, she ain't budging. I'm not opening your ideas, your thoughts, nothing. No suggestion, no nudges, no nothing. This woman is on her own. Nope, she's not partner material, not at all. Even the guy that I don't like, I would tell him to pop the balloon too. Pop the balloon. Sad to watch.
No, it's okay.
I'm big in my kid's life, so I just want what I put out for every kid.
Okay.
Because I grew up the streets, so I didn't have a father figure. I think every child should have both parent figures.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not a conversation I want to have because I think our level of understanding on relationships and bonds between a daughter and a father is something that's neither here nor there. I lost my father a couple of years ago, and he wanted to be in my life. So, yeah, that's something totally different. But for you to touch that and not know the dynamic of it or, the history of it, I'm glad you popped because I was going to pop for you.
Ooh, she set him straight. She said, that's not a conversation I want to have. For you not to know the dynamics, you went on a little bit too much. And in that respect, I kind of agree with her. He didn't need to expound upon that. Like, I did think there got to a point where he was going on and he was sort of lecturing her. So in some degree, I agree with what she was saying in terms of the sentiment that I did believe that he went too far in almost trying to, he was really adding too much. He was trying to coach her a little too much and he don't really know her. He should have just left it, hey, you know what? If I am going to be with a woman with children, I want the dad to be involved and that's it. But instead of what he started to do was he started trying to make himself look good and make her look bad. So I do get why she all of a sudden got defensive on it. But in her defensiveness, the way that she defended herself and the way that she drew her boundaries really solidifies what I know about her and that she draws very, very, very strong boundaries, very strong boundaries. And I'm going to say that she draws them so strong that she's actually not a person who actually also can bend a little bit and have conversations. She's really hard and stern. She said that she lost her father a couple of years ago, and she says she's big on family. So now we know that her father is not around. So we're still going to figure out what is the family, right? Maybe it's her daughter. What's family to her? Because now maybe she has a mother, she has siblings, maybe aunts, uncles, I don't know. But she's a woman that has very strong boundaries. And a lot of people think, well, I draw boundaries. I don't put up with anyone. Well, there's a double-edged sword to that. And I think she's leaning really too far towards the hard boundaries. And I could see how it could be difficult to be in a relationship with her. Very, very difficult. But you know what? She gave him a little piece of her mind at the end there, but he did go on, to me, a little bit too long with trying to, I don't know if he's trying to coach her or whatever else. I think he's just trying to make himself look good. And it's too late. You already look bad anyway. So you should just be quiet. So she said, I'm glad you popped your balloon because I was going to pop it anyway. Like I said, she's going to put somebody in their place. She's going to be sharp and curt and put somebody in their place. Okay.
What I was missing. So
he's still talking about it.
Daughter, so you don't know,
here it goes.
How she feel about that situation.
Totally understood.
Thank you.
And it ain't my place to.
That's right.
Boundaries either.
Yep. It wasn't your place. You should have stopped. It wasn't your place. You shouldn't stop. But the girl with the boundaries, she's going to put up a stop sign for you. She's going to put up a stop sign for you, period, point blank. Boom. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Wow. What a rough ending. What a rough ending.
Thank you. I'll have you head over there. All right, well, that's all the balloons popped. Well, we do thank you so much for coming on. Let's give it up for her, guys. Thank you.
Wow, what a rough ending, y'all. A rough ending. Well, that's all we got. That was quick. All right, y'all. I will talk to you later. We'll come back for the next lady. Bye.